When I was sitting around an 11 UTR, I honestly didn't think playing pro events was realistic. I wasn't the biggest guy, I wasn't the strongest hitter, and nothing about my game screamed future pro. But over the years, I learned 5 things the hard way, and I want to share those with you because these are the things nobody tells you about that jump. Let's get into it. Tip number 1, my ball quality had to become relentless. Here's the thing most people don't realize. Going from an 8 to an 11 UTR is about getting cleaner. But going from an 11 to pro level tennis is about building ball weight that doesn't drop at all. I used to hit big balls in spurts, one heavy forehand, then 2 neutral balls, then maybe a short one, and that inconsistency is why I got stuck at 11 for so long. When I started training with better players, I realized their neutral ball was basically my aggressive ball. They weren't trying to kill the ball, it was just naturally heavy, deep, and repeatable, so I rebuilt my foundation. Higher contact point, deeper trajectory, stronger legs on every shot, more shape, not more power, and I stopped flattening out too early. Once the quality of my average ball improved, everything opened up. Longer rallies, more control of patterns, fewer short balls. This is what finally made me competitive with guys in futures qualifying. If you're stuck around 10 to 11, this is probably the separator. Tip number 2, my feet had to get faster than my hands. When you're younger, everyone praises your technique. Your forehands look clean, your backhands look clean, but at the pro level, nobody cares how pretty the stroke is. It's about how fast you get into position. This one hurt my ego because I prided myself on technique, but the truth is at 11 UTR, I was often late. Half steps, bad spacing, chest opening up too early because I was rushing. So I made footwork the identity of my training. Split step timing, first step explosiveness, better recovery angles, neutralizing heavy balls with my legs, not my hands. I ran so many patterns without even hitting a ball. Just movement, just the footwork. Pros look effortless because they're early. When I fixed my movement, everything else finally started to look like it belonged at the next level. Tip number 3, I had to become mentally boring. This one was a slap in the face because as a junior, you get rewarded for the big shots, crowd-pleasing forehands, huge points, and momentum swings. But in pro tennis, you don't win because you're flashy. You win because you're boring and stubborn. When I first played higher level matches, I'd go toe-to-toe for 4 or 5 shots, then I'd crack first. Every single time. So I became obsessed with lowering my unforced errors, trying to win long rallies, not giving away cheap points, and holding my patterns longer than I wanted to. And honestly, it felt lame at first because I wasn't hitting highlight shots. I was doing what worked. But that discipline is the only reason I survived matches at that futures level. You want to break into pro tennis? Become boring because you become dangerous. Tip number 4, I needed a serve pattern, not just a serve. At an 11 UTR, serves can be solid. A pro level serve needs to be predictable for you and unpredictable for your opponent. I'll repeat that again. It has to be predictable for you and unpredictable for your opponent. I used to think a big serve meant going for pace, but guys at the next level return pace like it's nothing. I had to learn serve location discipline, setting up my forehand, mixing body serves, using slice wide at right times, and changing the height and shape depending on conditions. But most importantly, I had to know my identity on serve. My go-to pattern became serve wide, forehand to the open court, and step in. It was simple and repeatable. Not fancy, just effective. A predictable high percentage pattern beats a fast serve every single day. Tip number 5, I had to get comfortable losing a lot. Nobody tells you this part. When you break into pro events, you're going to lose often and badly. When I was sitting around 11 UTR, I was winning a lot, and honestly, winning hides your weaknesses. But once I started training with better guys and entering higher level tournaments, I got humbled fast, and instead of running from that, I leaned into it. I learned way more from getting outplayed by a 12 for a 13 UTR than beating 3 10s in a row. Those matches forced me to fix my depth, fix my fitness, fix my shot selection, and fix my mentality. Losing became my teacher, and once I stopped fearing it, the jump happened. Going from an 11 UTR to competing in pro events wasn't about talent. It wasn't about some crazy transformation. It was about tightening up the things I avoided for years. It was about discipline, footwork, ball quality, smarter patterns, and getting humbled often enough to actually grow. If you're stuck around a 10 or 11 right now, you're way closer than you think. The jump is real, and it's possible, but it demands a level of consistency and maturity most people never tap into. Keep going, keep working. If God opens up the door in front of you, don't hesitate to walk through. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and as always, leave a like and subscribe and leave a comment down below for the tips you'd like to see. As always, have a great day, guys, and God bless.